Hello, in this video we will be releasing stress in the head, jaw, neck, shoulders, and upper back. You will need a rolled up yoga blanket, any kind of blanket, towel, pillow. What we'll be doing at the end in Shavasana, we'll be placing a prop underneath the heart to open and stretch the anterior shoulders, the pec. You might need a strap, tie, belt, leash, something to give your arms a little extra space. And if you had essential oil, it would be really wonderful. You know, it's easy to get online. You can get it delivered really quickly. Lavender is a good go-to for anyone. There are no contraindications for lavender. If you tend to go towards depression, fatigue, weight gain, you want to go with something like a grapefruit, citrus, even a mint or peppermint. Grapefruit or citrus would be excellent. Make sure that you have enough carrier oil. If you're going with something strong like grapefruit and you want to do a little test on your skin, it's not going to hurt you, but if you just put a lot of grapefruit on or mint, it could create a temporary stinging sensation. If you're like me and you tend to go towards anxiety and a lot of tension, the earthy patchoulis, grounding cinnamons, clove. I have patchouli here. That's what I'll be using. We'll have an opportunity to do a little bit of self-massage. You might want yoga blocks. It's not necessary. Blankets, pillow. The blanket or pillow or a rolled up mat is really great. And let's get started. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes now. We're going to go over something called breath walk, B-R-F-W-A. B is for breath. Check your breath. Really just land right here with your breath. Breathing in the belly. And if you need extra relaxation, extend your exhales longer than your inhales. R is for relax. Relax around your eyes, upper and lower teeth never touching. Relax the jaw, the neck. Relax those shoulder tops down. Relax. Choose to relax in this moment. F is for feel. Notice how you're feeling and honor however you're feeling in this moment. W is for watch, which we're already doing, stepping back and becoming an observer. Just observing the breath, observing where we can relax, observing how we feel, creating space around that, observing any thoughts that might arise, and allowing them to float away with the breath as we come back to the breath. And A is for allowing your feelings to be, allowing your thoughts to be, and just really accepting yourself exactly where you are. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. We're simply going to inhale and lean forward and exhale as we lean back. And bring your attention down into your sit bones. And you're going to roll onto the back of your sit bones on the exhale and the front of your sit bones on the inhale. And you know, your pelvic bowl literally is a bowl. And if you imagine that it's filled to the top with water, as you lean forward, the water sloshes out the front. And as you lean back, the water sloshes out the back. And so plug into the center of your sit bones and imagine that the pelvic bowl is filled to the brim with water and you're not going to let one drop of water slosh out. You're going to get that pelvic bowl perfectly balanced and neutral. This is going to have a major effect on everything above the pelvic bowl, including head, jaw, neck, and shoulders. It's our foundation. We're going to keep that foundation and we're just going to add on to it until we have our ideal posture from the tailbone to the top of our head. The next thing we're going to add on is lengthening the spine. So reach the crown of the head. Imagine there's a rope on the crown of the head and you're pulling the crown of the head to the ceiling, and you're going to feel opening in all of your vertebrae as you breathe. Now shrug those shoulders up tight. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, let out a really loud noise and release as you release the shoulders and release an audible sound and exhale. Yell it out. Get it out. 2 more times. Squeeze it up. Breathe in your inhale. And we're going to get extra release because we created a little extra tension. 1 more time. Shrug it up. Breathe it in. And on the exhale, release it out. Shoulders down and back. Thumbs up. Point your thumbs back. Feel those shoulder blades really set nicely on the back body and reach down. We want to keep that. Open your palms, stretch out those fingers, and draw your hands forward. Set an intention for your practice at this time. What would you most like to receive from this time and investment of your time and your energy? Set that intention. This is also the proper posture for driving, believe it or not. And this is how I drive, and this is to prevent back, neck, jaw pain, and headaches. And to do this, it requires that I have a little pillow at the lumbar spine. You can do a pillow, a towel. Now turn your palms down, and this is how we really should be at the computer as well, probably with a lumbar spine support. We'll be doing some push-ups a little bit later, and palms forward. This is how yoga push-ups look. You feel the inside of the arms on the side body. Rest your hands, and we're going to move on up into the neck area. And so we're going to bring the neck back and place your 2 fingers on your chin. So we always want the ears back over the shoulder. The head is incredibly heavy, and this head forward motion creates a lot of pain, and it can eventually lead to a bulging disc. So ears back over the shoulder. Mark the spot, and we're gonna really press that head back and release. Now, if your chin doesn't touch the fingers, that's excellent, but don't let the chin go past the fingers. And we're just gonna reach back. So we're strengthening the muscles that have to hold this head up. And we're creating some muscle memory of what it feels like to really get the head back, because that's what we want. Head back, ears back over shoulders. Good. Drop your ear to your shoulder. We're gonna do this, but we're not gonna allow it. We're gonna use our hand to stop it. Isometric press. So go ahead and try to move your head to the side. Hand does not allow it. Feel the muscles in the neck strengthening and release. We're also creating extra tension in those muscles, which will create extra release when we exhale and release. 1 more time. Strengthening, also creating extra tension, so extra release on the exhale. Other side, it's like you're trying to push your head this way. Hand doesn't allow it. It's going to be working these muscles and release. Do it a few times. And when we create extra tension, we create extra release when we let go. Good. Nice strong neck, nice release of tension. The last thing I want to talk about for posture is the posture of the mouth. It's so important. Upper and lower teeth never touching. Create a separation between the upper and lower teeth. On an inhale, open your lips, your mouth wide, and on the exhale, lips together, teeth never touching. Relax your jaw and breathe. 2 more times. On an inhale, open your mouth wide, Exhale, lips together, teeth never touch. Relax your jaw. I'll do it with you this last time. Good. Let's roll those shoulders out. And we're going to do a cool trick. So we're not going to force the neck or the gaze. We're just going to gently turn and see where our eyes gently rest. Mark the spot because I think we're going to do a trick where you're going to go almost twice as far as this. Come back to center. So lift the arm up, and that was in the direction that you're looking, and put the hand on the opposite shoulder. Press your elbow towards that shoulder, and then gently turn and see if your gaze doesn't gently fall to a spot much farther beyond the spot you originally had set. Nice deep exhale. Relaxing and breathing. Come back to center and try it again without the arm. And hopefully I think you're going to find almost double the range of motion. And come back. Other side. So just gently look over your shoulder. Where do your eyes gaze? Mark the spot. I think it's going to be cool to see the change. Lift the arm up, hand on the shoulder, press the elbow towards the shoulder, and then we're not pushing anything here. We're just going to see what happens naturally. Did you gain almost twice the amount? Let's hold that stretch and breathe and relax. You around the center of the sit bones, lengthening the spine, belly breath. One more exhale and release. And let's see where we are now. Try it one last time. Cool. And roll those shoulders out. And do a few neck rolls. And it's totally normal to feel some crunchy sounds. Make sure you're breathing, inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down. Reverse the direction of this neck roll. And come back to your very best posture that we created in the beginning. Now here's where you might want your essential oil. So take your essential oil and put it on your fingertips. I'm going to put it on my right fingertips. And I'm going to do a cow's arm. So cow's arm is where the arm lifts up. Now my elbow is pointing out, but that's an outer rotation. I want to inner rotate it to set my shoulder. So I'm going to turn it in so now my elbow is facing forward or inward, pressing that shoulder down. And then I'm going to take my fingertips with the essential oil underneath the shirt where the muscle is around that shoulder blade. That's what we're going to be releasing. And then turn to look at the opposite knee and bow your forehead. It's like your third eye's got a laser beam on that knee. And you could exhale and press down. I've got my left hand behind my head, pressing down. And exhale and gently press the head down and feel the release in the muscle underneath your fingertips. And then dig those fingertips into the muscle and ever so slowly drag them up over the muscles towards the shoulder top, slowly over the shoulder top, in front of the shoulder top, and even into the pectoral muscles, and release. You might want to roll it out. Do whatever feels good, and just notice how you feel with that. We're going to put essential oil, if you have it, on the left fingertips. This is patchouli. I love it. If you get anxiety or you need to feel grounded, the patchoulis, the cloves, the cinnamon, All right, cow's arm. We're going to place those fingertips on the muscle around the angel wing there. And forehead points towards the knee. I'm going to use the hand to come behind the head to get an extra press. So notice what's happening around the shoulder blade as I point the forehead towards the knee and press the head down and exhale, nice releasing breaths. I'm going to really press those fingers with the essential oil into the muscle and ever so slowly. And this is going to feel great without the essential oil. You'll actually get a different kind of massage if you don't have the oil. That's going to be a grippier, different kind of massage. So if you don't have essential oil, you're actually getting a little bit of a deeper, more myofascial massage. And then with the essential oils, you're getting like a more of a gentle, relaxing one. I'm going to bring it all the way around to the collarbone and the pectoral, and I can feel that's even tight in there. And just feel what's happening and let that guide you. And relax and release and roll it out. And you can put a little more essential oil. I'm going to put it on the right fingertips. I'm going to draw the left ear to the left shoulder, give it a little extra press. And I like to do micro movements. When I start to do micro movements, I find out where there are some tight, tension spots, and that's where I like to give the massage. And again, you're getting a lot of glide with the essential oil, so it's really kind of a gentle, relaxing massage. Go all the way up to the jaw. If you don't have it and your hands are not moisturized, you're going to get a really different, it's a nice myofascial. That's going to get the fascia. So anywhere that feels tight, give it a nice, loving, kind massage. And come back up. Other side, I'm going to put the oil on my left fingertips, right ear to right shoulder. I'm going to give it an extra press and release. And then with micro movements, I can feel where the tight spots are and give those the massage. And it's different on each side for me, so you might notice that it's a little different on each side for you as well. So keeping your attention centered on how you're feeling, aware of your breath, relaxing what you can, really being an observer, noticing how you feel physically, emotionally, and then just really allowing yourself this time to just be. And come on up. So you already know cow arm. We're going to do the full cow face pose. It is also a hip opener, which may or may not be available to you. For the full pose, I bring the left knee in front, the left heel to the right hip, right knee on top of left, heels by the hip. Now, this is not going to be available to everyone. If you're here and it's available to you, get out your oil and massage those feet, work the arches, work the toes. If it's not quite available for you, take your blanket, your pillow, your yoga block, and sit on that. That's going to make this pose available to a lot more people. And if it's not available to you at all, do your own thing. You have a hip opener that you might like, or you might want to spread your legs wide or sit in a chair, whatever is right for you. And we're going to go into a full cow face pose with both arms. Let's all start with a strap. We may not need a strap, but you already know cow's arm, right? So you lift the arm up, you inner rotate it, and you touch your fingers to the muscle around the scapula. Taking the other arm, palm facing back, grab the strap. If if you can clasp the hands, you don't need the strap. Reach the right elbow up and the left elbow down. So you're reaching one of the elbows up and one of the elbows down. If it's available, you could inhale, arch into a back bend, and you could even exhale and come forward and down. So make it your own. It doesn't have to look like mine. It doesn't have to move. It doesn't have to be still. Find your own cow's face pose. Make sure those ears are still back over the shoulders. And release. Stretch your arms out and give yourself a big hug. And remember your intention. All right, so we're going to switch the other side. So do the other side. I think for me, that's right knee forward and right heel towards the hip, left knee on top and both heels over. Find your base that's going to work for you. And I think for me, I think it's my left arm, but do the other arm. You may or may not need a strap. Cow's arm, palm facing back on the other arm, clasp your hand or grab your strap and start to reach that elbow up and pull the elbows apart. So you've got one elbow reaching up and one elbow reaching down. Now make sure your pelvic bowl is still neutral. Plug into the sit bones, lengthen the spine, and ears are still back over the shoulders. It's more important to have the ears back over the shoulders, breathe and have good posture than it is to try to get this cow face pose to look some sort of way. It doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it's feeling good for you, getting a deep release in the shoulders. And let's release those arms. Give yourself a big hug and say something nice to yourself. I accept myself. I love myself. I appreciate myself. And release. One more seated movement. We're going to go into a simple lateral position. I'm going to turn it into a twist by diving the heart towards the knee. The front hand is going to not only touch the ground, but it's going to walk forward. This is going to open up the tissue in the back body. And then you're going to look back away from that hand. Pressing the supporting hand that's back down and keeping the hips down. And then use the expanse of the inhale to really open up in the upper back and use the exhale to release. So whenever you have opposing directions, you're going to get more out of your yoga. So we have the front hand, for me it's the right hand, walking forward, and then the gaze looking back. And that opposing direction is going to open up the tissue in the back body. And then the inhale, that expansive inhale is going to just break it all up. And then the exhale is going to release it out. Inhale back into a lateral stretch. And your next inhale, come up. Come back to your heart, back to your intention. And lateral stretch on the other side. Turning it into a little twist as we dive the heart towards the knee. Now this front hand, it happens to be my left hand, is going to, the fingers are going to walk on the ground, walking, inching forward. I'm going to make it an opposing direction as I look away from that hand. Then the inhale is going to inflate the lungs, inflate in the body, really opening up any tight spots. And then I can exhale and release using the breath, using opposing direction. One more exhale. Use your inhale to spiral back into that side stretch. Use an inhale to come up and exhale. Keep coming back to center, back to your heart. Going to come to all fours. And then down to our forearms. Walk your elbows forward a little bit. And puppy dog, allow your forehead to come to the mat and allow your heart to sink towards the earth. Feel a stretch, mainly in the shoulders, but also in the spine and the neck and the hips. One more exhale. And we're going to come back to all fours. Engage your core. How slow can you go? How slow can you go? We're going to come all the way down. Nice, strong shoulders. And we're going to come into a Sphinx. Start gentle with your elbows in front of the shoulders. And this is going to be a little tiny Sphinx. Check out your low back. Now, if your low back is fine, you can draw those elbows underneath the shoulders for a deeper back bend. We're going to go isometric again, which of course means we're working, but we're not moving. So dragging the forearm and the palm back, but you're not moving. So even though your forearm and your palms are still, you're creating an action of dragging them back. And we know opposing direction opens up the body. So if the forearms and elbows are going back, reach the heart forward. And this is also the way we have our neck with we're slightly looking upward ever so slightly. This is the reverse motion of a bulging disc. So if head jutting forward could possibly create a bulging disc, this movement, this extension of the neck, is the opposite of that. So what we're doing in the low back and with the neck is a reversal position. When you think about bulging discs, this is a reverse of that motion in both the low back and the neck. And then we're just going to exhale, look over one shoulder. Inhale forward. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Get a nice release there. And now we're going to come all the way down and bring our palms down to the sides of our chest. Tuck the tailbone, engage the core, build your strength. How slow can you go as you push up? Do as many push-ups as you want until you're ready to come back to child. You're certainly welcome to use any pillows or blankets for a prop, not necessary. So some of you might be doing push-ups and some of you might be in a child's pose. Everybody doing a child's pose at some point to reverse the back bend that we did in Sphinx. And then when you're ready, we'll go into Shavasana. Now here's where you're going to need a mat or a blanket rolled up or a pillow. And we do not want this underneath the shoulders. It's not touching the back of the shoulders. It's underneath the heart. It would wrap around under the armpit area, like a bathing suit strap or a female's bathing suit strap would be. That's where we want this prop. We're going to come down, and we actually want the shoulders to drape over it towards the floor. You could spread your feet wide and let your knees rest in towards one another. And I'll take you through Brufwa. Check your breath. Notice your breath, nothing to change, nothing to do. Just checking in with your breath, bringing your attention to your breath. Relaxing around your eyes, in your mouth and jaw, relaxing your neck and shoulders, relaxing arms, hands, relaxing along the spine, relaxing the chest, the belly, hips, relaxing all the way down the legs into the toes. Bring your attention to your heart and notice what you're feeling and honor whatever that is. Give it space, give it acceptance, and become an observer, just watching. Watching any thoughts that might arise and allowing them to float away on the exhale. Accepting yourself exactly where you are physically, mentally, and emotionally. Really giving yourself full acceptance and allowing yourself to be. Namaste.